You can add another candidate to the Chicago Bears offensive coordinator search, this time in Thomas Brown. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bears Central at every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the content. So the Chicago Bears reportedly interviewed Panthers offensive coordinator Thomas Brown for the same position in on today. And so this is interesting because of a couple of different reasons. A, it'll be a lateral move to move from being the offensive coordinator of the Carolina Panthers to offensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears. And right now, Brown met with the Bears today, but he looks like he also interviewed with the Tennessee Titans for a head coaching position this week as well. So if the Bears were able to get away an offensive coordinator when he's been interviewed for a head coaching position, maybe that says a lot about the caliber of the way that this role is looked at or something like that. They could also offer Thomas Brown an associate head coach position. But Thomas Brown is a former NFL player. He was part of the Rams that won the Super Bowl in 2021. Before joining the Rams, he coached at various universities, coached at the University of South Carolina, the Miami Hurricanes, and the University of Georgia. And he was a running back coach prior to that as well. So this is a guy who brings a little bit of seasoning there for the Chicago Bears. Now, he still is technically employed by the Carolina Panthers. And so because we've, they've are interviewing mostly offensive-minded head coaches, it's interesting to see that they'll let this guy go, but they are interviewing head coaches that do bring play calling experience and are expecting to do that. So that may be why you see Thomas Brown being willing to leave them to come to the Chicago Bears. But this would be a pretty nice get for the Chicago Bears. Now, again, is it amazing? Is it perfect? Is it anything like that? No, but the Chicago Bears, as I told you guys, we're now at 6 candidates interviewed for the Chicago Bears offensive coordinator position. And I said it. I called it. They were going to interview about 8 to 10 people, and it looks like the Bears are getting closer and closer to that when it's all said and done. So this is another guy that can add their hat to the ring for the Bears offensive coordinator position. Now, will he end up getting it? That's the biggest question in this when you look down at it. But hey, this is, like I said, this is a right move at the right time. You want to interview as many people as possible, in my opinion, as the Chicago Bears are trying to find their next offensive coordinator. And you want to do your complete due diligence in finding the right guy. And, if Thomas Brown ends up being the guy that the Chicago Bears end up going out and getting, that could say a lot about that there. But, we'll continue to monitor and watch it. But at least for right now, the Chicago Bears have gone out. They found another candidate to interview for this offensive coordinator position. It's a guy who's been interviewed by the Titans for a head coaching position. So clearly there are some people around the league that view him highly enough to be able to look at him at that. Now, of course, some of the cons in that is the experience, right? A lot of Bears fans are hoping that they're going to see somebody come in with a lot of play calling experience. And while Thomas Brown absolutely does have play calling experience, some people want to see people who are around a little bit more than that. So that's what it comes down to. Will this guy end up being the next one for the Chicago Bears? Let me know what you guys think on that down below. Could Thomas Brown be the next offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears? Or do you look at it and say, this may not be the right guy who's going to be able to bring that around for the Chicago Bears? So, hey, this is a former NFL player. He's been there before. He was a running back, I believe, in the NFL. So, you got to look at those things when it comes down to it. He's coaching in Wisconsin, Georgia, Miami, South Carolina, the Los Angeles Rams initially there being their running back coach, and then got hired as the offensive coordinators. The Carolina Panthers offensive coordinator just in February of 2023. So not even holding that position potentially for a full year. But the fact that he's already being looked at as a head coaching candidate may mean that the Bears may find a diamond out there that wasn't on a lot of people's radar as far as Bears fans for the offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. But let me know what you guys think on all this down below. Make sure you're following the show at Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, but bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.